Imagine going into a stream knowing that you're about to talk about baseball, but you decide to wear a hockey shirt. That's the sort of crazy that we get to here on the stream. If you clicked on the video, what's up? Welcome to another stream. We go live Monday through Friday talking about the sports world and on occasion a little bit about Wendy's because apparently you can make $100,000 becoming a taste tester because they are trying to do some viral marketing, taking advantage of the McDonald CEO, whoever the heck the guy was that wouldn't eat his own food. You get the idea. So on today's stream, I want to do something that's maybe a little bit different, if you will. Tolly, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? How are we doing? How are we doing? How are we doing? So we are looking at a specific narrative. This is something we actually brought up a couple of months ago, and, well, shockingly, we might be right on it. And it's about baseball, the World Baseball Classic, and the lovely thing that is trading cards. Now, before we get into that specifically, Shadeur Saunders, conveniently enough, what is his most recent post? It's always cool when I randomly meet someone and they pull out my trading card to show me they have it. That support truly means a lot to me. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. So let's continue on here for a second. And if you know the, we'll call him viral influencer around sports trading cards, this is King of Cards, and I noticed about an hour ago, he made a very interesting announcement.
This is it. I'm going in there one man, and I'm coming out a lot more four man, but that's okay, because what I'm about to show you are special. They're pieces of history. They're why we do what we do. Been waiting for an opportunity like this a long time, working, and I hope this is special for you guys who've been rocking with us for a while. We're up in the ranks, we're up in the ladder. Time to go get this done and show you what this has all been for.
Okay, pretty big. You're having a promo for something. And again, this isn't just like a casual influencer. This is somebody that's probably the biggest within the entire industry. So I'll highlight again because I shared it on X not too long ago, and we'll look at it once we get the reveal of what it is. But is it something that's going to be baseball related? Is it going to be something else that's historic? We've had notable figures try to one-up each other in different ways. Now, I would argue the King of Cards is a little bit more of a humble type of guy, but think of the Logan Paul. They have the Pikachu Illustrator card. They go out, they buy the extra diamonds for it. It's this huge ordeal. You go down the list a little bit, and then boom, we have what just happened with Kevin O'Leary, where he has the Kobe, Michael Jordan, does the same thing with the chain and everything else. So are we kind of at a ladder where we're going to slowly start one-upping each other, or at least trying to get in the spotlight around cards? So what's the auction that just started? Oh, okay. So it's the Shohei Ohtani Aaron Judge 1/1 Gold Dual Logoman that's signed. Remember when we went over and compared the Michael Jordan Kobe card from before? Well, there's two different, I think there's multiple ones out there, but in terms of like the ones that are on the top sales, the one that has the signature is gone for the most. And I'm going to take a stab, an assumption, if we will, and say that's probably what's going to happen in this category here. So back on February 24th, it was highlighted that this was coming to auction. Great. That's kind of cool. That's what the back of the card looks like, in case you were curious on that one. In 2024, Ohtani won his third MVP award after becoming the first member of MLB's 50-50 club, hitting 54 home runs and stealing 59 bases. That's absurd. I know. Listen, we know the guy's good, but that is absolutely absurd. 2025 marked the first season for the MLB Gold Logoman patch, and the 2025 Topps Chrome Baseball was the first set of cards to include them. Now, we did videos and stuff discussing around the NBA, which they've recently done that as well. But for the... for this card, just going back here, Ohtani's high sale occurred from within the same sphere when his 2025 Topps Chrome 1/1 MVP award Gold Logoman autograph card sold for $3 million. So, there's a bunch of things we have to connect here. So, this is the card that's going on auction, but what they're referencing is the card that was this one. There we go. There was this 1/1 of before of the singular patch. And this one in particular, he wore during the 15-2 victory over the Marlins back in April of 2025. So they're trying to do a comparison, essentially, and see what those two would theoretically be compared to. So the Ohtani alone went for $3 million not too long ago. All right. And the post that we just looked at a second ago was talking about within the first few minutes, it hitting close to $200,000. Now, we're a little bit further from that initial post. It's upwards of $320,000 right now. And this is going to end up continuing, but there's a bigger narrative at play that you might not have clued in yet, or maybe you have. So before we get into that, take a look. The store in New York, I was able to go to Yankee Stadium, and it was awesome. I really think that it's something you should try to go to. If you're ever at like a MLB ballpark and you feel like the crowd is not that into it, or if you happen to be a part of a team when they've been on a very, very bad stretch, the Yankee Stadium atmosphere, all that is really, really neat, and just it's an experience to be had. But in New York, there is an MLB store where they carry a ton of stuff, an absolute ton of stuff. But apparently for the trading cards, they have a 62% markup for them, and that's why they have a bajillion of them, and they're in stock, as we've seen sports cards, Pokemon cards, all kind of cards seeming just not staying on the shelf at all. So the narrative that we're looking at with all these baseball cards is the fact that the World Baseball Classic started today. They've been playing various MLB teams, but the official tournament starts today, where Topps is highlighting that the set for that is starting to come out. You have the 1 of 1s, 1 of 5, all of the serialized goods. And it goes until March 17th. So maybe write March 17th on the calendar. Take an eye on the timeline, the auction that'll go on, because that is going to be all of the rage. What is also happening on March 17th? Well, potentially a rematch between Japan and the USA, where you have Ohtani versus Judge. And you have their dual Logoman signed card, 1 of 1, that is going to finish the auction on the 17th. It's 13 days away and 22 hours. That just happens to be a coincidence, doesn't it? And also, if we're going over to the whole Japan discussion, we just looked yesterday where they have the One Piece. The treasure chest. Nobody knows what it is. But allegedly, I don't know if this is AI or real, I'll be transparent. But allegedly, everybody's going out to try to find the One Piece. So the viral marketing, we have Wendy's trying to take advantage of McDonald's CEO for faux pas, where he ate the sandwich, was like, oh, this is great, for the new like big arch. And everybody knew based on the edit, the guy didn't eat the food. So what the hell is in McDonald's food? And now all these other fast food establishments, you have A&W going out trying to take advantage of the wave. You have Wendy's that's now offering $100,000 for the right creator. You go around and I guess eat Wendy's. And then One Piece having their own virality on top of the trading card world trying to take advantage of what's going on with the World Series. There's a lot of kind of fun things happening, aren't there? Yo, Ayubal, are you trying to pump Top Shot? No, I'm not. But it's funny the amount of people that I've kind of like rekindled relationships with, if you will, after like not talking forever. Yo, Ajum coming through on the 4-month primer. Yo, good to see you, sir. Hope you guys are doing well. So we've seen the SpongeBob SquarePants Squidward card sell for $50,000. We have a fund that is going out to buy the Pikachu Gray Felt Hat Van Gogh card. That's a fund saying they're going to buy like 25% of the supply, which it's the most counterfeit card. And it's got an insanely high population to it. But people are spending ridiculous amounts. And it's to the point where you're opening the timeline and a solid majority of the discussion has now turned to, I'm afraid to sell because everything just keeps going up. And now that's related specifically to Pokemon. But that's the narrative in which we've been on here, right? Where we jump on stream and say, you know, we've seen this verbiage one time before, and how exactly did that end? Well, not the greatest. But then you'll have the people that then argue and say, okay, well, don't focus on modern things, go for vintage. And then there's a new story that's coming out where people for graded cards have some of the old PSA certifications that they're like, hey, you know what? I want to get this recertified. And there's a very, very viral story where the guy's got like 4 followers on X right now, but it's got like a different Instagram handle that has like 2,000 plus or something. So not really sure if they're like a content creator on a different one, but it's got hundreds of thousands of views on it. And the problem is that they had a old Deoxys card from the movie promo way back in the day. They submitted it to PSA. PSA then damaged the card and said, based on what we've seen on the market to compare fair market value, because some sales are done privately, some sales are done publicly, based off of PSA's fair market value, they are offering basically $20,000 in compensation. You say, well, $20,000 is a hell of a lot there, bud. Why would you not take it? Absolutely fair, but the thought around it in the perception based off private deals, what other people are saying, they're thinking, okay, well, at baseline, the card should be worth about $45,000. So that's 50% below what the cost assumption is for the person who went in to get their card recertified. And again, they had a PSA 10. They said, you know what? I want to get the new certification. They cracked the slab. They damaged the card. Sorry, I forgot that part of it, right? So PSA actually damaged the card. So in compensation for damaging it, where it went from a 10 grade to a 6 grade because of the damages that are like, hey, we'll kind of make up the difference. And the person's like, well, I just wish I didn't send my card in, period. So there's news, there's ridiculousness happening all the time. Is my background fake? Absolutely, Ayubal. There's no fool on this guy. Ajum, again, yo, so good to see you. Didn't someone try to corner the Kabuto market at some point? Or some such? Yo, Ajum's always, that guy knows everything. He's in tune. Yeah, so the other really big thing around Pokemon, and especially X right now, is there's so many accounts that are trying to corner the market of first edition one-of-one cards. Now, sometimes it's not first edition per se, but the people are basing their, I don't know, personality or account around. I followed a guy the other day that was all about Bellsprout, if you remember the plant Pokemon. But Kabuto King was somebody that got the attention of Mr. Beast, got the attention of Logan Paul, and a whole swath of other individuals, and that guy just keeps buying first edition Kabuto cards. It feels like it peaked at a point. I think the card was going for like $40 at a time. I don't think that that is the case anymore, but still somewhat in the limelight. Is other side almost ready? Ayubal, why are you the way that you are? I honestly have no idea. I haven't really been paying much attention to that, but we have seen a lot of closures and things within that space overall. But it's nuts to happening. But the community, the vibes, the atmosphere, hardcore is coming very, very soon. Yeah, I don't know about that one. But guys, that's going to be it for this edition episode. I want to call this X feed still, but I know that like that was like the show that we did before, but I always feel like somewhat hesitant to say it because we're, you know, covering everything, but we do get a lot of news from that. But with that being said, you'll be able to see the QR code right next to me here. If you are getting into Pokemon cards, going to card shows at all, right now for the Synced app, it's only on Apple and it only has Pokemon cards available. But if you go to a show and you're wanting to see what the value of something is, you can whip out your phone, scan it, you get an idea immediately of what that price would be, and then try to barter with the vendor. There's more features like social and whatnot coming, as well as Android. But if you guys are wanting to scan that QR code to check that out, or check out their socials as well. If you're following me on any platforms, I've been sharing a lot of their stuff on that front. But Ayubal, you are correct for the time being. But Mtali, Ayubal, Ajum, again, thank you so much for the Prime coming through. And if you guys are wanting other content, again, if you just go and check the VODs, we've been doing these every single day with a completely different narrative, trying to just put this all in kind of a ball of education while I'm trying to learn with you guys. So I appreciate you. Think you're great. And I'll see you tomorrow as per usual. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Talk soon. Peace.